Hello and welcome back to Breaking Out Technology in the Classroom. We are on Unit 5, Lesson 1, asking ourselves today, what makes a game? So really we're asking um, about humanity and what has been common to humanity throughout the dawn of its creation. And what makes a game? So games are ancient and they are part of what makes us human. Merriam-Webster's dictionary defines a game as a physical or mental competition conducted according to rules with the participants in direct opposition to each other. So there's this idea that a game is played against other people, that there are rules that are made. And truly, games take structured thinking in an attempt to win. Whether this be an opponent that you're facing, um, be the opponent be a person or a video game character or a puzzle. Either way, there are many types of games that people can play in and that people have played in for centuries, whether it's a board game or a card game or newer to our time period, video game or a virtual game. Um, we're looking beyond just gamification here. We want to know of what a true game is. We want to understand the core elements of a game and not just looking at something that makes something fun and flashy and gamified. So, in a world where advertisements and spam, clickbait, and all of these other things seem to use gamification to get our money or to nab at our attention, gamification has truly been used for nefarious purposes. So we see that gamification isn't always good. That yes, it would be nice for gamification to make work seem less difficult, and we're not trying to bash gamification here, but we're trying to think about the core elements of a true game. So it's not just that my taxes have been made more fun because TurboTax has gamified elements inside of it, but rather that it's a true game that we're looking for. And a game takes competition. It takes participants and rules. And games, they ought to offer more than a simple element of gameplay, which is what gamification is, a simple element of gameplay applied to engagements that nobody wants to do. A true game ought to embrace competition, participants, and rules. And so when we're looking at games and we're thinking about how they've worked for millennia, we have to imagine that games shift and evolve and naturally bridge to a virtual space. So games are naturally an immersive creation. You become immersed in a game, and these key subjects in immersive media communications are that games are naturally immersive. So gameplay creates communities connecting people across the world. Gameplay pulls you into the game so that you are immersed. Now, virtual spaces such as Viverse or the metaverse or Horizon Worlds or whatever it is, they allow people to inhabit the same shared virtual space together. And Viverse is a prime example of such a space because this is accessible from a computer, a phone, or a tablet. So we should ask ourselves too, as we're looking at games and we're wondering about what a true game is, we should ask ourselves, are games learning spaces? Is there a place for learning in a game? Well, in Computer Games in Education, Richard E. Mayer wrote in 2018 that time will tell whether computer games will also fit into this well-worn script for cutting-edge educational technologies. However, today we come equipped with research methods, evidence, and learning theories that can help us avoid patterns in the past. So Mayer believes that with time, the computer games themselves will also fit into this cutting edge educational platform, which is really interesting and cool to think about. So Meyer continues and he asks three questions. Which game features produce learning? Do people learn anything useful from playing a computer game? And do people learn academic material from computer games, or rather from conventional media? He continues on and he says, consider what happened when someone is presented with an educational experience, such as reading a textbook, viewing a slideshow lecture, interacting with computer-based tutorial, or even playing an educational game. Mayer is saying that a game is simply another multimedia learning scenario, that a game is something that can give you the space to learn. Thank you. Have a good day.